Effective communication. What am I talking about? Well, that's simple. Effective communication is when both parties understand. The problem is, so many times, both parties don't understand. One party sits here and does this. And when you see this, you've lost them. They've zoned out. If that's you sitting on the other side of the table, when your contractor's talking about the scheduling or whatever, you need to stop the conversation. You need to slow it down. Remember, you're the customer. And so when that happens and you don't understand, stop this conversation. Effective communication. Make me understand. What I want to do is make you understand, as my client, what we're doing. I want to contact you and say, pull out that schedule. Let's talk about what we got done this week. Let's talk about why we're behind. Let's talk about why we're ahead. Let's talk about why we're on track. Let's understand together the process, because if we're understanding the process together, life is going to be so much easier on your side of the table and on our side of the table. So effective communication is when both parties understand. If we don't understand where you're coming from, it's going to make it difficult on our side. So talk to your contractor prior to construction. So many times that communication breakdown could have been avoided prior to construction. You could have seen it. If you can't get a hold of your contractor on day one when they're bidding the job and they're hard to get in touch with, and you've left 3 messages and they won't call you back and they're bidding the job, why in the world do you want that person on your property? Find another one. Remember, this is your greatest asset. Take the time to find the right person. Just because they're the least expensive doesn't mean it's the right fit for you. You're not always going to be a good fit for the contractor, nor the contractor for you. So look around and make certain you qualify. Don't qualify 1, don't qualify 2, qualify 3 or 4. 3 or 4. Make certain that you have the one that works for you. Make sure they communicate with you at your level. Communicating with me is best done through email and text. That's where I do most of my work. But you may be somebody who wants that one-on-one, wants that sit-down. You may be somebody that wants a telephone. That's fine. But if I don't know that from the get-go, how am I going to be able to effectively communicate with you? I won't be. You'll go your entire process being frustrated with how you're communicating. I am in no way saying that we only communicate by email. It's not the case. But we want to know from the beginning of a process, what is the best way to communicate with you? You need to be armed with that when going and sitting down and qualifying your contractor. What's the best way to contact your contractor? Is it by text or email? I will tell you, in today's world, texting is very quick. Makes it very simple for you to get an answer quickly and where we're at. However, we're never going to sit down and text you what took place on the job today. We may shoot you an email with the schedule of where we're at, which you should have already had, remember, hanging on your refrigerator so you understood. But we may send it to you and say, hey, this is where we're at today. I'm not saying that you're never going to have an issue. One of the breakdowns in scheduling is that every contractor, let me rephrase that, 99.9% of the contractors are very optimistic people. That optimism gets in the way when scheduling a lot of times. There's no delays built in for weather delays. There's no delays built in for a product that may be back ordered. Those things are going to happen. Talk to your contractor, make certain those are built in. Understanding the scheduling, understanding where we're at, what was supposed to be done today, and what actually happened today will make your next job go a little smoother.